blocks, a strap, and a blanket. Our playlist is 1 Muladhara 2021. So building your cross-legged seat. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Having two blocks, having a strap, having a soundtrack if you choose. Makes a big difference to have the music. Makes a big difference to have the music synced up together so that we're moving together. Good morning, good morning. So Muladhara being this base energy. And it's an energy of survival and surviving if we're surprised, if we tense, we flex, so we can decide how do we need to respond. But when we tense and we flex and we're ready to go, there's a great response unless we can't release. And so if our base energy, our most primal energy is tight, then it makes us very tight internally. And the trick is that if we have conditions of chronic stress, then we fire this tightening at a level of connective tissue. And this creates, if you were to keep your hands very, very tight, they would become numb and they would become weak, right? And the weakness in your hands and the weakness in your arms would probably create pain in your shoulders, but really it's because your hands were clenched tight. And if your hands are clenched tight, they become very clumsy. And it's hard to tie your shoes because your hands are tight. It's hard to hug your loves and feel their face because your hands are clenched tight in fear. But we've gotten so accustomed to it that we have this numbness, this blindness in our otherwise dexterous hands. So if we can think of that experience, the pelvic floor, 16 different muscles in 3 different layers, gathering the front of us to the back of us, the left of us to the right of us, the inside to the outside. The pelvic floor is the place where that primal clutch, that holding on, can really become so constant that we don't know what it's like to be without it. So some symptoms here would be that your hips are quite tight, that your hamstrings are very tight, that your shoulders are tight, that your jaw is tight, that your belly falls out a little bit, right? For me, I have a tendency, my fear issue is that I don't close there, so I lose energy and I drain out energy and I tire myself very quickly. And so that's the opposite. That's not even being able to gather up and own my energy. It's sort of draining it out of myself down into the seat, into the feet. Now, both of these aspects, when we're seated, the pelvic floor isn't activated. When we're walking, when we're moving, this helps us reestablish ourselves. So all of our standing is building. All of the standing asana that we work with is building and toning the pelvic floor. Because the pelvic floor is related to the legs and the way the legs relate to the hips and the hips relate to the body. So you're putting yourself back together as you're moving. And this is so essential because chronic stress creates a chronic tightening, a constriction. So if you were in a circumstance where there was, if you had been locked into your house since March, there was an election and uncertainty, and you didn't know about your work, and your kids had been sent back home, and you hadn't seen your friends in a while, and the regular routines of your life were thrown around, and you didn't really know what your work future might look like, this is some serious chronic stress. So we've got to begin right here at our base energy. When you breathe out today, the whole body releases. When you breathe in, you are held. We're just going to begin to find this larger release and receive, because that's the home. That experience of release and receive is the necessary close and opening of our base energy. Let's go. Let's go. Palms together, sitting tall. Om Namo, I bow to everything outside of me, guiding me, healing me, holding me. Guru Dev Namo, I bow to everything inside of me, everything holding me high. 3 times. Inhale. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Roll your shoulders, roll your wrists, shake it out, clear your mat, lock the blankets aside, come to stand. We will start your playlist, The Color in Your Heart. Color in your heart. Let's go. Come to stand. Let your feet be about hip distance, a little bit wider, shake it out. And again, starting out in the feet, start to swing across. Good morning, good morning. Swing across. Notice how you're landing in your feet. Are you just boom, whole foot to the floor? Or can you start to move from the balls of your feet, from the ball of one foot to the other? And then the heel catches you second. Ball of foot first, heel second. You get a little pliable, we get a little frisky. Open your feet. And from the feet, swing the heels. Add the breath. Exhale when your heel comes up. And now get nice and steady. Good morning. Good morning. Release the outer hip. Release the inner thigh. 3, 2. Yeah. Right? Stand wide, hands wide. Cross your right hand to your left foot. Inhale, up, open. So a little bend in your knees can keep your low back safe. If your hand doesn't reach the floor, go to your shin. If it doesn't reach the shin, go to your thigh. So it could look this simple. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Knees nice and soft. Go where it's right for you. And we go. Build a rhythm. Build a rhythm. Three, 2, 1. Good. Hands go wide. Bring your right knee, right elbow to your left knee. Good. Open and close. Get a little bigger. Exhale, elbow to knee. And it's as though you're a great bellows. Drawing breath in and out. Again, to the ball of the foot and then the heel. For 3, 2, change. Your left leg is your standing leg. It is building clarity right down into the ground. You're more and more graceful. Your breath is building. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Hands to your hips. Heels are under your hips. And bring your right knee up, around to the right, and the tip of the toe back to the floor. Right knee up, and the tip of your right heel to the floor. Up and around, tip of the toe. So my navel and my chest stay steady. My hips stay square. And you're building the natural range of motion for your right hip. We just don't move this way, but we're made to. One more we go. Repair yourself, right? Return to what you're capable of. Ball of the right foot down behind you. Left knee bends. Bend your right knee so you can go forward and back. So you're coming right onto the ball of your back foot. Spreading your toes wide and long. Pressing your heel down, right hand up. Go. And so you could widen the ball of your foot. Turn your toes in, your heel out. 3, 2, 1. Good. Stand tall. Left knee up, wide, and tip of the left toes to the floor. Bring it back up and around, tip of the left heel to the floor. Your heart stays high. Your navel stays square. And then set yourself up and become mobile and stable. One more, bring your heel down and then take your toes back, tip of the toe, bend your front knee, bend your back knee, so that you can draw the heel of your back foot over the ball of the foot, right? Good, press your heel back, left hand high. Turn your heel out, your toe in. Find a new angle through the calf, through the ankle. 3, 2, 1. Pause, reach the heel back, the hand up. Good. Step tall. Step your feet out, heels in, toes out, bend to the knees. Find your way up and down. Let it be big and slow to start. So as you bend your knees go back towards your pinky toes. A little bit side to side. And then find a steady rhythm. Hold a big ball. Yeah. Steady. And then half that. Half that. Can you disperse any tension that's building in the thighs? Relax on the inhale and drop into your heels on the exhale and get even smaller. 5 heels, 4 heels, 3. All knees back. Stand up. Good morning. Down dog, bringing a blanket down for beneath your knees. Good. Let's stay in the joints. Big knees to the floor. Hips to your heels, breathing out. Rising back up, breathing in. Tuck the toes, breathing out. 3. In, hands, knees. Tuck your chin, hips to your heels, out. Slow it down. Rise up. Down dog, 2. Full. Rise, dog, Walk your feet to your hands. Add the blocks under your hands. If you don't need blocks, hands are on the floor. Hands go wide. Sit your seat down. Thumbs up, heart up, hands up. We go. Bending your knees, seat back. Exhale, sit down. Left foot back, left knee down. And inhale. Hands down. Step up, folding. Sit down, hands up. Sit down, hands wide. Right foot, right knee. Inhale. And fold. Step up. Sit down, rise. Sit down more. Left foot, left knee. And down. And rise. And fold. Right foot, right knee. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Fold. Left foot, left knee. Up and open. And fold. Step up. Inhale. Last one. Right foot, right knee, all the way. And down. Set your blocks aside. Step back, down dog. Pause. Drop your head. Let your breathing become long. Let your arms become long. Knees are soft. Float your heels. Widen your seat. Good. Lengthen the back of the body. And bring your knees down. Put your knees together. Put your feet together. Put your heels together. Tops of the feet flat. Your hands go a half step forward and turn to the right. So your right fingers turn right. Your left fingers turn a little left. You come forward. Maybe a little bend in your elbows. Back towards child. Exhale. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, press. Inhale, child. As you come forward, hug your knees, hug your heels. Draw your navel in, draw your inner thighs. They meet at that pelvic floor. That you're moving, you're lifting yourself up off the mat, not just by pressing your hands, but by gathering your energy behind your navel, back and down. So the pelvic floor reaches towards the navel. By squeezing your knees, you move from the base body. Go one more. Good. Let's find down dog. No, high plank. Tuck your toes. That's easier. Set your blanket aside. And step your right foot halfway up. Heel on the mat, toes turn away. Roll onto the outer edge of your left foot flexed. Right hand high. Press your left hand down to open the chest. Draw your front knee towards your back heel. Draw your back heel towards your front knee, meet at the pelvic floor, look up, reach your right hand over, be strong. Press your left hand down. Scissor your thighs. That everything is both gathering into the base of your pelvis and extending out through the heart and the hands. Right hand high, look down, hands down, step back, other side. So rolling to your right outer foot, left foot steps halfway. Right hand press down and away, left hand up. Scissor your thighs, take your left knee towards your right heel. Pull your heel towards your knee, it will lift your hips. Gather your inner thighs closer, reach your left hand overhead. As the legs are stronger, the heart is free. Strengthen your legs, strengthen your feet. And left hand high, reach out, look down. Set it back, downward facing dog. Paddle it out, paddle your dog. Walk your dog. Open your feet. And walk your feet right up to your hands. Get your strap. Sit your seat down, take your time. Take your time. You might be a little dizzy. Settle into your feet. but feel how awake your feet are. Your strap is wide enough to go up and over the chest and back down. Up and open and back down. Clear the space of your shoulders, the neck, the jaw, the face, the hands. When your hands are back the next time, stay. And turn your palms to face back, which will shorten your strap to approximately hip width. Heels are hip distance. Sit your hips back. Now as your hands come up, your hips rise and your chest comes towards your thighs. Pause a beat, turn your head, turn your seat. Find your way in. We come out the same way. Hands down, sit down, heart up, stand up. Good, good. There's our flow. Sit down. Hips up, hands up. Fold. Exhale, sit. Notice your seat. Press down to stand. Drop your seat. Fold over. Lift your hips. Exhale, sit down. Anchor. From the anchor, rise. Sit. And unfold forward. Exhale, sit down. Good, one more, we go. And over. Pause, press your heels down to lengthen your toes, soften your knees, widen the backs of your knees. Lengthen the backs of your knees, widen your seat. Ha! Hands down, sit down, heart up high, release the strap, and feel the clarity of your stance, right? From hips to heels, you're steady. Thighs back, heart high. And we'll shake out the hands, shake out the feet. Step your left foot up and let your right knee rise. So step and up. Interlace your fingers. And draw your right knee up and your left heel down. Find that first. Set your gaze on one point. The eyes are steady, and then the body's steady. Left heel down, right knee high, left hand high. Left heel down, right knee high, two hands high. Draw your right knee up and your left heel down, thumbs pointing back. There's your work, or hinge at the hips. Press your right heel straight back, left knee softly bent, reach, stay. Warrior 3. Press your right heel back, your fingertips long, 2. Right toe tips to the floor, hands up high. Interlace your fingers. Draw your ribs back, your pinkies back, and now forward and back. You're drawing your heel back and then over the ball of your foot. So we have a tendency to drop the right heel back and fall in this posture. And I want you to draw your heel forward over the ball of the foot. Right hip forward, heart high, hands high, ribs in. That's your lunge. Release your hands, tuck your chin, reach out, lift off. 3, 2. Knee to chest, hands down, stand, balance it. And set it down. Shake it out. As you step your right foot forward and down, your left knee will rise. Right, left. Interlace your fingers, draw it up. So left knee comes up, right heel goes down. Right heel down, left knee up, right hand high. Thumb points back, ribs in. Put it together, ribs in. Right thigh back. Left hand high, left knee high. Flex your feet. Like you're bringing your left foot up over a box. And hinge. Stand your left heel on the wall behind you. Tuck of the chin, body long. Press into your feet. Square your hips. 2. Tips of the toes to the floor. Hands high. Interlace your fingers, palms to the ceiling. Keep the back leg strong and simply move forward and back. Feel that when you go back, there's a little collapse in the left hip. Draw forward, firm the left thigh, left hip forward. Right hip back, ribs in, hands high. Good, tuck of the chin, reach out. Press your right foot straight down, lift off. Left knee to chest, hands down. Arrive. Handstand. Let all the tension out your hands and your feet. Stand. Walkie dog. Walkie dog. Turn your chin. Move through your feet. Spread your toes. Be long in your toes. Be wide in the ball of your foot. Walk your feet to your hands. Sit your seat down. Take your hands back. Heels go wide. And knees wash side to side. Excellent. Put your left foot to the center, your right ankle over the left knee. Now side to side. It's a bit of a bigger twist. Into the center, pause again. Draw your left heel a little closer, your hands a little closer, maybe here. Or lift your hips, sit your left hip on your left heel. Push your right knee away. Flex your right foot. Or left hand around your right foot. Send your right knee forward, hard up, stay 3. Right knee forward, soften your face. Broaden your chest. And let it out, feet wide, knees wash side to side. So we're reclaiming the mobility that our hips are made for, that they evolved to serve us. Right foot to the center line, left ankle over the right knee, now side to side. We're made to move. Made to move, and when we don't, things get congested and they get caught within us. Center. Walk your heel a little closer, your hands a little closer, send your left knee away. Might be your work. Or lift your hips, bring your right hip to your right heel. Walk your hands in. Right arm around the left foot, sit. 3, heart high. On your inhalation, an expanse. To release. Seat walks back, foot to the floor. Shake out your feet side to side, knees up and down. Build your cross-legged seat. We've opened the front and the back of the body, inner and outer hips stood tall. Hands to thighs. Good. Adjust anything that needs to be in order, outside or inside. Land your seat. Heart floats. Spine tall. Thumb first, fingertips touch. Let the breath tell you where it's been today. What's needed. Allow it to be large or small or irregular. Really allow your breath its own pattern. And as you allow your breath, allow your shoulder girdle to release, your face, your jaw. Feel yourself. sincerity, start there. Invite the inhalation to be 4 counts in. And 4 counts out. Still listening to the breath. Inviting. You may have a little shake. Let it become so smooth, circular. It becomes orderly, comprehensible. Trust your breathing. Breathe in the sensation of trust and feel your body open. All that concerned connective tissue holding you together. Inhale into the trust you know in your breath. Four counts in, 4 counts out. 30 seconds. This is how it feels to believe in yourself. Keep releasing all the holding. I am this. I am this. Release the effort, eyes stay closed, just notice. Excellent. Let your legs out. Free your body, shake out your feet, shake out your knees, shake out your shoulders, whatever needs to shift. Cross your legs, but keep your heels forward. Now if you need to, you can add another blanket. If you're finding that your knees are high and you're really suffering here and all you can do is round back, then what I would suggest is that you double the height that you're working with. Because I've gotten some great emails, you're wonderful when you ask me questions. Sit taller. I don't recommend it more on blocks, but more on blankets. So now I can move a little more. There's space to come forward, there's space to go back. I'm moving from the pelvis. There's a strain drawing my belly button forward and back. My chest is completely at ease. Eyes closed. Inhale forward, exhale back. You're moving through the length of your pelvic floor, from your pubis to your tail. Like a little rocking horse, that's where the runner would be. Ten more. 9, 8. Two. Pause tall, be still. Notice the hips, the low abdomen, the legs. Keep expanding. Keep uncontracting. Fingers to your shoulders, turning left, turning right. In, left, out, right. Let your eyes close. Steer from your seat. "30 seconds. Work here or lift your wrist up over your elbow. Close your eyes. I'll tell you when we're there. In, left, out, right. Five, four, three, two, one. Hands down. Notice. All the way up under the sternum, through the diaphragm, through the abdomen. You are made of light. Every cell requires it to speak with every other cell. It's science now. It's not yoga woo-woo. It's the way our cells work. Down to the floor. Bend your knees. Put your heels directly under your knees. Elbows are down. On your inhale, you peel up. On your exhale, you peel back down. Follow the length of your spine like a zipper. Inhaling up and open. Exhale, zip back down. Close your eyes. Your pace is up to you. In and up, out and down. Three, two, one more, up and down. And pause. Roll your way up, get a block, roll back. Rest the block between your thighs, body's open and quiet. Lengthen your inhalation, smooth it out. Find our 4-4 again. Four counts in, 4 counts out. Even it out. Good. On your exhalation, as you breathe out those 4 counts, hold the block between your thighs, gather your pelvic floor, pause, beat, and then on your inhale, relax your legs. 4 counts in, 4 counts out. At the end of your exhalation, you pause your breath out. Relaxing the hips, you'll
feel that the pelvic floor will rise towards the navel. Just pause, let it up. Keep that. And then releasing. The pelvic floor releases, the legs relax, the chest opens. Find there's a little pump of energy right there. Find your last inhale. And set that block aside. That if we do this daily, quality of energetic hygiene, releasing the chronic stress, and we're holding at the base level of energy, we will start to feel better. You have all of 2020 gathered in your pelvis, whether you know it or not, little at a time. Right hand overhead, left knee up, exhale down. Left hand up, right knee up, exhale down. Rest on your heels, toes point up. Start to work right here. Inhale, exhale. This is your modification. Work here as you can. If there's more to go, straighten your legs. At first they might start out a little bit of a bend. We have 4 minutes. And by the end of those 4 minutes, they will be probably a little straighter, a little stronger. Pause when you need to. Respect your body. Close your eyes. Devote yourself. Inhale. Let it give to you. You're generating energy. You're not spending it. What's this for? It's so that you can run later. So you can smile at 4:37 when you might usually be getting tired. You're generating energy instead of spending it. You're freeing up what's latent in your body. Move with belief in yourself. With encouragement right here. Give to yourself. You're not taking, you're reminding, I am this. Why am I doing this? What does it give me? It gives me a reminder that I can, that I am. That's all. "15 seconds. 2, 1, pause. In 4, out 4. Fall into that order. The breath will be larger, more boisterous. Let it be smooth, let it be big, but let it be even. 4 in, 4 out. Become accustomed. A larger breath is more power. Expand your capacity to organize your power. Expand your capacity to organize your power. So that when you get bigger and stronger and happier and more successful, and you face deeper, older fears, you are ready with order. You can see clearly, knees to chest. Roll forward, roll back. Three, 2, good. Build kneeling. A block between your heels. Hands on thighs or hands on kneecaps, forward and back. As you move the navel now, the chest will follow. One option, hands on thighs. Second option, hands on kneecaps. Third option, hands on heels. Fingers point toward the toes, chest is broad. A minute. In, out, go. Three, 2, 1, pause. Palms face up. Inhale, elbows back. Exhale, hands overhead. In, out. Spine stays steady. Top of your head points directly up. Eyes closed, 2 minutes. In, out. Loosen your shoulders, loosen your face. The exhalation is emptying tension from your upper body. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And down. Palms open, resting on your thighs. 4-4 breath. Your count might need to get longer because your breathing begins to grow. Adjust it. Inhale, a sensation of expansion. On your exhalation, gather the pelvic floor up, closing like a flower bud. Pause, soften your face, your shoulders. Release on your inhalation, a sensation of expansion. 3 more, like that. See it in your mind, feel it in your body. You're freeing your body of old layers of stress and fear. A last inhale. Take it with you as you come to hands and knees and just move through the spine. Everything empties out. Inhale to round. Inhale, open, exhale out. Three, 2, 1. Neutral. Take your folded blanket. Sit in the center, feet on one side, so you can lie back on the other. Draw your knees into your chest. Floating your feet, begin to allow your heels to rise. You may work with bent knees or the legs extend. Relax the work of your legs, let your hands support you as you can. And then the heels widen. The hands holding the outer thighs, the elbows rest on the floor, resting your outer legs in your hands. You are supported. If you prefer, you can be at a wall. Lightly flex and point the feet. And close your eyes. Widening the sits bone. Right side, left side, letting them get a little further apart. Feel how that makes a little more space in your chest, a little more space in the front abdomen. We don't have to hold ourselves together. Softening the groin, softening the inner thighs all the way up to the knees. Letting that widen the throat and the face. One more breath right here, right here, right here. And using your hands, help your legs come back together. Elbows to the floor, hands to thighs, just float the heels high. Relaxing your thighs, feel a sensation of draining the legs. Feel a sensation of ease around the physical organ of your heart, as it's now effortless to get blood to the brain. I am home. I am safe. I am whole. Bend your knees and put your feet to the floor. Let your body be at ease. Pause your playlist if it went on. You may rest here if rest is needed, or build a cross-legged seat for your mantra.
Any adjustment, any extra layer, any extra height if you prefer, hop onto a chair. Who could ever describe you? Who could ever describe you and do it justice? This complex soul. I am this. With body and memories and strength and a future and a history. I am this. All of it. 8 count Sat, 2 count Nam. Sat is truth. S-A-T. Sat. Truth. That in this moment we're a little closer to who we really are. We're not upset. We're not hurried. We're not tired. We are upright and radiant. Sat, our truth. Nam, N-A-M, Nam, my identity. I am this, we say again and again, 8 times. Inhale. Nam. 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 One more. Nam. Feel the resonance reside at the pelvic floor. A disc of vibration. Soften your body around it. Become more pliable, more inviting, more encouraging to that energy. The inhalation is an expanse. The whole body is informed by that sound. Keep softening, keep opening. A little more. I am this. A little more space, a little more power. One last exhalation, gather. Feel the sensation of a rosebud closing and rising. Pause it. Know this. And release, sweep wide. Palms together, thumbs to the forehead, center. I am this. Sat Nam. 8 count Sat, 2 count Nam. Inhale. Nam. Sat Nam. Thank you for your practice. I think of that Sat Nam as a declaration. This, I am this. And you're at home, and it's one thing to practice in the studio. And we're all together, and we can hear each other's sounds, and it slowly gives you courage to join in, to participate. But if we're at home, and maybe we're doing this, and other people in our home are not, and there's this sort of small inhibition that kind of closes your mouth a little bit, and you're not quite as vocal, and you're it's kind of small and wavery. What if someone hears me? What will they think of me? Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I look really unusual or odd, unfamiliar. Maybe I don't want them to make any kind of commentary on what I'm up to. So that's an aspect of what we're doing. Opening this base energy says, I am, here I am, this. I don't have to be any other way. This is my sound. I make this sound and I offer your sound to you. That's what we're saying. Your sound, separate from my sound. Distinct, uncomparable. Don't be afraid of your sound. So we bless ourselves with this sound and this long sat, this declaration, sat. And at the end of a really good sentence, yeah, punto, nam. I am this. We say it again and again to remind ourselves, because there is advertising with the most beautiful skills and teams of people working together to remind you that you could have better skin, that you could have a better car, that you could have a better blood pressure. If you just did it their way, I am putting you in you. I am this. I am this. Go in the direction of your sound, of yourself. No should, no ought, no have to. Your identity is your own. Honor it. So good. So good. Keep softening. So your homework, 4 counts in, 4 counts out. Smooth it out. That 4-count breath is the stability that will allow you to hold more energy with less volatility, so that that sound can grow, but it doesn't mean that you become more aggressive. I want you to imagine one thing. As you dissolve the tension from your body, you are reassembling that structure that was caught within you. As you become supple and expansive, your job is to take that tension and reassemble it into a boundary. And with that boundary, it's a simple instruction that says, this is how you respect me. This is how I respect you. And if I need to, I will enforce that boundary. I believe in you, I believe in me. This is the time I'm best going to bed. Thank you. This is the time I need to myself. This is the help I need cleaning up at the end of the day. Thank you. A boundary is a fantastic gift. Take the tension out of your body and repurpose it to make order and safety, not fear. On Sunday, I will have a Dharma talk. So Sunday the 10th, Dharma talk. A little more information about what the heck is the pelvic floor and how does it relate to bandha. Because bandhas are absolutely essential in our practice going forward. But we need to understand them both at a physical and emotional and spiritual level. And I don't want to use our practice time. So Sunday the 10th, after class, 9:15, I'll have a Dharma talk on the role of the pelvic floor, how it leads us into bandha, and how you can practice it off the mat. Okay? So that this tension has a technique to be released, and once we know how to do that, we can use that going forward. So we're building a foundation for the future. I'll have a second Dharma talk 2 weeks after that about this structure that we're making and the way we progress. Because as you build more energy, the energy will build everything. So if you have a fast temper, your temper is going to get faster. Unless we build that good 4-4 breath. Unless we put some good things in place, then we can see ourselves and keep a sense of this is how I am. The temper is just a misplaced energy. It's a misplaced boundary. So I'll see you on Sunday if you want more information about the pelvic floor. I know that was a lot after class. I don't know where to put it. Before, after, I don't want to talk while we're doing this. So Sunday it is. We'll try to keep things clear and organized. Satnam. Go well, go well, go well.